Oh, hey there. Don't mind me, just filling out the old online dating profile. Yep, I am 37 and single, and I'm good with that. I mean, seriously, I am seriously good with it. It makes a lot of sense to me. Not that I'm opposed to a relationship, clearly, right? Been in several, actually, extended ones, thank you very much. Ultimately, they didn't work out. But that does not mean that I am assuming that all future relationships are doomed to failure because of that. Definitely not doing that. So yeah, I'm open. But let me try to articulate why explaining myself to some poor fool of a love interest is such an ordeal. It gets complicated by preconceived notions about misguided labels. Observe. Oh, poor Stuart, he has OCD, he really suffers. Versus, ugh, another skinny bitch who thinks she's fat. Like, eat a fucking sandwich already. Oh, I'm sorry, you're in pain because you work out too much. Well, here's an idea. Just fucking stop. Switch the label from OCD to eating disorder and witness empathy evaporate. I mean, let's be real. There's a decent portion of you out there when you hear the term anorexia who thinks, ugh, white girl problems. And hey, I get it. It's like, oh, boo-hoo, I was a fat kid. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, hey, I was a fat kid and I grew up to be just fine. To which I say, good for you, you're stronger than me. What do you want, a medal? God. But that's my whole point. I'm supposed to know better than this, right? To know that body standards are bullshit. And the thing is, I super do. But my life revolves around this. These hieroglyphics are the only way that I stay sane throughout the course of the day. I need this on my person at all times. I must write every calorie down before I forget. So look, these numbers have the ultimate say in whether today was a good or bad day. All right, so look, these happy faces, these smiley faces, that means I hit all my numbers that day. Good day. But these sad faces, these angry faces, these, oh, here's a day where I wrote, you stupid fat fuck, didn't hit all my numbers that day, bad day. I could book the role of a lifetime. I could save a busload of orphans from going off a cliff. I could develop the power of teleportation, but if I hit calories that day instead of calories, I'm still gonna lay awake at night feeling bad. And I'm gonna have to skip ahead to future days and mark lower goals to make it up. And I'm gonna have to kind of look at that day and think, oh, wait a minute, we're gonna be doing a show. We might wanna get drinks after. That'll be a harder day to keep it down to or, oh, I really wanted to get a lot of writing done that day and I have a really hard time writing when I'm hungry. So I don't know, this day. Numbers, numbers, numbers. It's almost arbitrary. You know, it could be the number of hairs on my head. It could be the number of times I can say Massachusetts mission in a minute. Massachusetts mission, Massachusetts mission, Massachusetts mission, Massachusetts mission, Massachusetts mission. Oh, fuck me! It was only 18 today? What is wrong with you? You better put everything else aside and put all of your time and energy into practicing tongue speed and articulation, you weak, worthless sloth! So, is this an eating disorder? Yeah, it is. Of course it is, yes. Is it also just OCD? Yeah, it is.
I feel I need to interject here. Although body dysmorphia is listed in the Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Eating Disorders as a form of OCD, eating disorders are listed as a separate category.
Okay, so the invasive thoughts from body dysmorphia are properly categorized, but the compulsive behaviors that those thoughts induce are still put under a category that gets unfairly judged?
Precisely. Which is why, in my professional opinion, I think you should consider eating a fucking sandwich already.
I guess I get it, Body dysmorphia is listed under OCD because people who suffer from OCD often get vivid, compelling images about what will happen to them if they don't complete their routines, like graphic images of their loved ones being violently murdered. This is what happens to them. With body dysmorphia, the invasive thoughts are beyond compelling. They dominate everything. I am very often only half present because of the feeling of my swelling gut, my ever-growing thighs, and it instills hopelessness and terror and despair. Even though I know body standards are bullshit. I would never judge anyone else by body standards. So it's not only illogical, it's against my own values. But even still, these goddamn synapses in my brain that formed when I was super young, connecting my value to my body shape, somehow they trump logic and values. So that's the situation. But even explaining it like that inevitably elicits the same response from dudes.
Oh, wow, that is very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. So I think we should slow things down.
So there you have it. 37 and single. Just me and my OCD, or eating disorder. But OCD is just so much easier to own. And not that either of these things render me unlovable. They don't. They just complicate things. But hey, I mean, love is complicated, right? And I'll say it right now, I am amazing second wife material. Yeah, second wife, because if I meet someone who's 37-ish, who hasn't been married, like, what is wrong with him, right?